The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Now it's time for Community Conversations, sponsored by Community Conversations, LLC. Welcome to Community Conversations, a program that explores key topics relevant to the Tampa Bay community. Get involved in the conversation right now. In Tampa, call us at 813-636-8255. Outside the area, dial toll-free at 877-897-8255. Join your hosts, the trio, Dr. B. Lee Green from the Moffitt Cancer Center, Sean Dickerson, president of 100 Black Men of Tampa Bay, and Michael Dove, a community leader and entrepreneur in the Tampa area, also a member of 100 Black Men of Tampa Bay. Now join Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove for Community Conversations, where all conversations are on the table.
Thanks for tuning in, Tampa Bay, on this absolutely beautiful day. Hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. Grab your husband, grab your wife, grab your brother, your sister, your aunt, maybe even the children. You do not want to miss this show today. Community Conversations with the trio, Dr. G, Sean D. What's up, man?
What's happening now?
What's going on?
Good to be in the studio. I'm excited. This is a great day.
Great day.
I'm looking forward to the guests.
So am I. Main man, Michael Dove. What's up, man?
Oh, man. It's a blessing to be back. Sorry I missed y'all last week. Had to do my duty as the president of the Gamma Eta Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated.
Just got to work that in.
Got to work it in.
every time.
Yes,
every time.
Sir. But I am back and ready to go, and I'm also excited about the guests. Get to see an old friend.
And my question is, do we get to hear any old stories?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I understand this goes all the way back to junior high. Is that
junior
correct?
High? Yeah, junior high. Greco.
There must be some
junior high. Well, now it's called Greco Middle School.
There must be some great stories.
Yeah, but those won't be told on the air.
Says who? Says who? Oh my goodness! I tell you. Well, we cannot move any forward until we congratulate our very own Sean D., who was officially accepted into the PhD program. He passed his background check.
Oh, my goodness. But so, what was the information accurate on the application?
Too late. I'm already accepted. Don't matter now.
Where's your birth certificate? Were you born in this country?
They don't care as long as the check clears. That's all they worry about.
No, congratulations. I mean, it's exciting to venture into that part of the academia, and I'm really proud of you, Sean. I know Sean and his wife prompted me to complete my master's, and also now pushing me to get my PhD.
That's right.
I'm be following him shortly, hopefully.
Hopefully you can drop hopefully out of that.
But yeah, don't take it for granted what it takes to step out and do the PhD. And obviously, we have our own PhD here with Dr. G, and he reminds us daily how important that is. And how important he is. Because
that's what it is how important he is, because he got his. So, we follow below him, that's stay behind.
No, not true.
No child left behind.
Not true.
Yeah, those socialites, man, they just, they try to be better than everybody else.
So real quick, tell our listeners what program you're in.
This is for the adult education with emphasis in curriculum and instruction. A component at USF. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Oh, unfortunately, just went down to Notre Dame, the basketball team.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah.
So we do have, we've been getting comments about Scott the sports guy. Folks have been wanting to know when is he coming back. So he is coming back today. We'll hear from Scott. So I'm sure he'll have an update on the USF Notre Dame game. Did you say the score?
No, because it doesn't
73-65.
We can
Notre
move on.
Dame.
There's Gasparilla happening today.
Just keep it moving.
I have been here. It'll be 7 years in July. I have yet to attend a Gasparilla, so I'm assuming you guys have.
I don't know about Sean.
You would assume wrong for me.
You have not?
I've yet to go.
Yeah, I grew up with Gasparilla, but I haven't gone as an adult, not to the general parade. Now there's a general parade, and there's a children's parade, and then there's the night parade, which you kind of would call the adult parade. So I've been to the night parade a couple times in my adult last 10, 15 years, but I've always missed the day parade because I'm always working or doing something. So it's a great experience as a kid. I mean, back then they used to like shoot guns and all kind of things. That would not be apropos for this group of children, but it's a lot of fun, and it really just represents what a great city Tampa is and the kind of celebrations we have.
So am I clear to understand that this is one of the largest parades in the country? Did I hear that?
I've heard things like that. I know that we used to also have it coupled with a marathon. I don't believe we have the marathon anymore. We only have, I believe, a half marathon now. But I was made to understand it was, in one of like maybe the top 10 of these parades and celebrations, because it lasts almost a month, it seems.
Mm-hmm. So Super Bowl's coming up. Who you got? Ravens, 49ers, who you got?
I mean, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing Ray Lewis get a win, but San Francisco is looking real dangerous right now. Because Colin Kaepernick, he can not only can he run, show that threat of running, but obviously he can pass too. So he's not just a running quarterback, and that's that makes him dangerous right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sports Illustrated right now, and they're calling it the Horror Bowl. It's more about the coaches than about the
first brothers going against each other, right?
No, the first brothers was when Dungy and you mean Blood Brothers? I'm sorry.
Okay,
true as that may be. Yes, but yes, Blood Brothers. Yeah, so that's. I mean, there's a lot of hype around it, and NFL is going to love it because of that. Money to be made.
How is Easter going to be? Somebody's not coming. When they go to Easter dinner, the family gathering, somebody's not coming.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
One way or another, that's a Harbaugh's happy household, one way or the other there.
What's the current spread? Anybody have any idea?
I haven't checked spread.
I'll try to see if I can find it in here. It wasn't that much.
You
got these defenses. I mean, obviously 49ers defenses, they're monsters, but Ray Lewis is still there, and he's impactful.
Yeah, it says leading tackler still through the playoffs. So I mean, as a grandfather old he is in football years, he's still out there getting it done with that torn. I don't know how you do it with a torn
triceps. I mean, I don't even know how you tear.
And then come back and then just catch a wreck. Maybe. You've been talking to Lance Armstrong.
Oh man!
Did you all watch that? I mean, wow!
I only caught bits and pieces. I couldn't watch the whole thing, man. I couldn't watch too much.
I didn't watch it. I don't even understand what the point was.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
What's to be gained from all that? Yeah. I'm sure. I would expect that. Oprah, he got a few dollars for making the appearance.
That's what I was thinking, that he needs some money right now.
Yeah, there was some dollars change hands there.
You think so? You think she paid him for that?
I think definitely so. I mean, that's he bearing his soul to Oprah. I mean, Oprah is still Oprah, but still, you can bare your soul to somebody else too. So, highest bidder type gig.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But that's that's just my thinking. Did
you find the spread yet, man?
No.
There are people counting on us. They want to know what the spread is. They gotta.
Well, I don't be.
The only spread I worry about is when I hit the golf course.
Oh, there you go. What did he do on the course last weekend that has all this? We have all this internet chatter of Sean D driving the ball 300 yards. Yeah.
It's good to be a student. That's what it is. It's all about being a student, man. So I get a chance to. Get a chance to work on my game. That's the whole point.
Right. So 49ers have a 3.5.
Oh, that's okay.
A minus in it.
Is it minus?
Minus 3.5.
Okay.
So the Ravens are the Ravens are given 3.5 to so they already start 3.5 to nothing.
Yep.
That's of today. So that could all change by tomorrow. Next week actually. Speaking of tomorrow, isn't the Pro Bowl game tomorrow?
Oh, they doing that week ahead thing again?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
See, no one even knows.
Well, did you see last year's Pro Bowl? They were like playing.
Oh yeah,
they weren't even blocking each other.
Yeah, they were saying that was a travesty.
So, what's the quarterback for 49? I'm sorry, for the Saints, Breeze.
Breeze, yeah.
He was kicking field goals. He missed, but he was trying. Yeah, just playing around.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a joke game, man. It's not. It's just for recognition and again for the NFL to make a few more dollars, but. They were saying that, and actually, I mean, players have. I think that's why they haven't gotten rid of it. Players have it in their contract that if they get to get selected that they get money. They get bonuses for that kind of stuff too.
So that makes
there's money tied
all
to
the
it.
difference.
There's money tied to it, man.
Now, is it the Pro Bowl or the Senior Bowl?
Pro Bowl, man.
Yeah, the Senior Bowl's for college.
I know, exactly.
You think that's tomorrow?
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is Scott the sports guy sent me a note that he wants to talk about the Bucks at the Senior Bowl.
The Bucks at the Senior Bowl.
Well, well, the coaches would go there looking for our next prospects.
Yeah, exactly. So the Pro Bowl is
the NFL. The NFL Pro Bowl
is when?
Tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's a week before it isn't Super Bowl is what, February 3rd? So that's next week.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we need to double check that.
Why you got to double check it? Because I say it. I'm saying I'm giving you truth right here. I'm truth saying out here, man.
So when is the Senior Bowl?
I have no idea.
Yeah, man, he's a PhD now. He doesn't worry about those things.
The details.
Yeah, those are trivial events.
Can you check
That's below me?
Check the Senior Bowl and check the Pro Bowl.
I already told you the Pro Bowl, man. I'm not checking.
I need verification. I need verification.
Where's our check? We need a fact checker on this team over here, man.
Oh, there you go. Now we need fact checkers.
We need fact checkers, man.
All right. So the Pro Bowl is tomorrow. Can you check the Senior Bowl? All right. We do have a fact checker.
Thank you, Miss Hope Dove. Thank you, Miss Hope Dove.
Why you working my wife?
Hey, man,
that's not part of my contract.
She is here. I'm surprised she didn't bring no food with her. Yeah. Kind of cater this event here. We got celebrities up in the house.
I know.
We got superstars up in here.
She heard me say Victor a lot, but she has never met him.
So let's set the show up for today.
Oh, please do.
Let's set the show up for today. We have an incredible show. We have incredible guests. And we're going to kick the show off with Mr. Victor Young, who's a local entrepreneur who has over 21 years of automotive experience. He's experienced with independent as well as public companies, has been viewed as what they call a turnaround specialist. So I can't wait to hear him talk about what he has turned around. Maybe he can help us
work on this show.
Exactly. Maybe he can help us turn this show around.
Start with getting rid of a couple folks.
But has a very strong reputation as an entrepreneur and currently owns 3 of the most prestigious automotive brands in the world: BMW, Lamborghini, and the Mini. Wow. Incredible. So, like I said,
put your money on
there. You go.
That's what
there
you
want
to
do. And then our second hour, you guys are not going to believe who we were able to snatch up. Delatoro L. McNeil II.
Say what?
Yep.
Well, you know when they got all those names.
He is in the house. And I'm glad we got him today, because if we did not book him today, he was not available until 2015.
What?
That busy.
Yep.
Well, not quite 2015.
And to let people know, we booked Victor like last year.
True that.
So you can tell these folks are busy. But Delatoro is like in the top 7% of professional speakers in the world. Top 7%. Yeah. And then we have, of course, Scott the sports guy. He'll be joining us later in the show as well.
Top 7% of Scott sports guy rankings.
There you go. All right. So do not go away. We will be right back.
Damani Bistro Lounge, everyone's favorite new neighbor in Seminole Heights. Winner of Best of the Bay's new fusion dessert on the corner of Florida Avenue and North Boulevard. Damani offers a 5-star dining experience at a low price in a casual atmosphere. Stop by Damani between the hours of 4 to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 4 to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Damani Bistro and Lounge, 6419 North Florida Avenue, Tampa.
Have you evaluated your current retirement savings? Whatever your income and however much debt you have, you can have a retirement strategy that works. I'm Brian K. Allen of Q Street Financial, and I live right here in Tampa Bay. If you have questions, please call me and ask. I'm happy to take your call and happy to provide free advice. You owe it to yourself to have a plan for the future. Call me now at 813-751-4849. I'm happy to help, and you really are listening to the same voice you'll hear when you call. That's 813-751-4849. Or visit my website at qstreetfs.com.
HD Dove Gourmet Catering, a professional catering company with personal service. They create homemade dishes with gourmet flair that tantalize your senses and seduce your soul. They will take your vision and transform it into a culinary masterpiece. Let them take you on a succulent adventure where your wildest imagination will be met with its mouth-watering, delicious equivalent. Call them at 1-800-347-2590 or visit them at hddovegourmetcatering.com. HD Dove Gourmet Catering, serving the Tampa Bay area.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Clients have enjoyed such excursions as fishing trips, special celebrations, and the ever-popular romantic sunset cruise for two. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today by calling 813-597-9882. That's 813-597-9882. Or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
And we are back to Community Conversations with the trio, where all conversations are on the table. Dr. G, Sean D, and my main man Michael Dove. And as I said earlier, grab the family and get them around the radio, or if you are at your computer, if you have your iPad.
Dr. G showing his age.
Get them around the radio.
What is this, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the fireside chats?
Just grab them. Just grab them. Get them listening here. We have a fantastic show. As I mentioned, as we're going out on the break, we are just so pleased to have joining us right now Victor Young, who's a local entrepreneur. He's known as a turnaround specialist. And currently owns and operates 3 of the most prestigious automotive brands in the world, BMW, Lamborghini, and the Mini Cooper of Wesley Chapel. And I understand that there is a Lamborghini in the parking lot.
You know, I had to bring one. I had to bring one out.
You had to bring one out. Okay.
Absolutely. So if you hear us go dead air for about 45 minutes.
I was running late to the show, so I had to get out of my H1 and hop into the Lamborghini. I'm still driving right now if it was in my Hummer.
Oh, man. What happened to the motorcycles, man? You still ride the motorcycles.
You know, the Lamborghini it's a mix between a motorcycle and a BMW, so it gives you best of both worlds. So.
Wow. Well, the reason I know that is actually Victor is one of my oldest friends. We actually went to junior high school together.
Greco.
Back in the day.
You know, I tell you what, Mike Dove, he was
Let's
like
go.
a ghost.
Let's get a story.
He was like a ghost. When you see Mike is when you see the back of his head walking out the back door. I'm just saying. I'm giving the rated G version. He was like a ghost. You only saw him leaving the building. You never saw him in, and you never saw him walk in. He had a better escape plan than General Petraeus. I don't understand this. Oh, wow. Just kidding. Mike was always above board. One of the academic strong men around me that challenged me. So Mike was good to have.
There you go. You hear that, Sean D? You don't want me in the PhD program with you. I have you in the library, boy.
I did take you. We did go to Tallahassee on Wednesday and Thursday. So,
we went and did a little see our representatives. How many representatives did we saw? Like about 7 or 8 senators and
senators and reps and we'll catch that later. We want to know. I'm sure folks want to know about. Mr. Young, I feel like I need to be formal with him over there.
Yeah. Victor's fine.
Mr. Sir Victor Young.
I call him Mr. Young. I noticed since I was 14. I still call him Mr. Young. Because, I remember we said he was wearing suits in middle school, right? Yeah. Let me set it up real quick. Because I actually don't know this story. Basically, in junior high, one of the things that Victor stood out, being I think we were about 40 to 50 to, minority to Greco was very diverse school. But Victor stood out. Not only is he's very tall, but he used to come to junior high in slacks and a dress shirt and have a briefcase.
Really?
Started early. I knew the law. You just couldn't breach my briefcase.
I mean, he was dead serious. This is junior high now, not high school. Junior high. And so he stood out. So a lot of people looked up because he was like, I'm taking this seriously. And, obviously went to school together, lost a little touch. Obviously being from Tampa, we came back, we hung out. Actually, he knows Reggie Gray, Sugar is the Devil.
Oh, my God.
You know Reggie?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
So we won't, hopefully Reggie's not listening because he will call in. But nevertheless.
He's already on. Yep, I see him already out
Nevertheless, as I seen him driving up on all these motorcycles and things, he was doing things as we were all doing in Tampa, just working and doing things. Last time I kind of saw him before this, what I would say, global, I don't want to say change because I think he was already on the path. I just didn't recognize it. He was working at like Stadium Toyota. He was a manager there, but okay, he's selling cars, he's doing Stadium Toyota. He's doing great things. Fine. I was proud of him, and that was that. Next thing I know, Next thing I know, I'm running into them at these, $100 plate, dinners, for supporting this, supporting that. And announcing that owner of Sarasota BMW. I'm like, excuse me? Victor? Do you say owner or you say manager? You say sales manager? You say the guy that runs the car wash in the back? No, owner. And that's when I kind of realized, wow, he's parlayed just from that briefcase and that in junior high, he's owning BMW. Then, of course, I got the news about the Lamborghini. I stopped listening after that. I forgot about the Mini. I didn't even, I wasn't even worried about that. He also gets involved in entertainment. Hopefully, he'll speak a little bit about some of his projects. But so let's take it from the managing at, Toyota, Stadium Toyota. What was that your vision, or did you just kind of fall into it? How did you become this entrepreneur from that perspective?
As you know, Michael, back in the day, my primary focus was television, radio, and entertainment. Mm-hmm. My first real job was at a Fox affiliate, and worked in master control and production, and switched, and hopped on the radio path and got on air from there. And radio business was great, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. You had consolidators coming in, public companies buying it up. Next thing you know, everything was inventory. Jobs and remotes we would do on the side to make money. All that went away, and so I was saying, wow, something I was passionate about just dried up in front of me in no time. So I got into the automobile industry. Always loved cars, and always had people say, hey, try it out, check it out. So I figured, I'll do this until I figure out what I want to do in life for real. And the first year I made more money than everything else on my list of what I wanted to do when I grew up for real. And by the second year I was still looking and searching for what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I realized, wow, this is a big industry. It's global. It's multi-billion, trillion-dollar industry globally, and how many different industries it touches, from finance and banking to, from the car washes, from tire companies to, it's everywhere. There's nowhere that the automotive industry doesn't touch. And once I realized how big it was, I said, I want to be a dealer. I want to be an automobile dealer. Wow.
So, but you didn't take Chevy, Ford, Saturn. You didn't start off, what's the one that doesn't exist anymore? Was it Buick?
Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile. No, you took BMW, and not only BMW, but BMW in Sarasota, which a lot of people, hopefully locally, that's a very high value market down there. A lot of some of the richest people in America live in that area. But how did you decide that?
Top 5 zip code in the country, right. And bounces between 3 and 5. So great market. Got to have vision. Most people think of Sarasota, they think small town. So I know we'll get a little deeper into that, but right. It was an opportunity through BMW North America that I'll tell you about after we turn the corner here. But
yeah. Well, I mean, just if y'all, listen to that, and definitely if you have any questions for the turnaround specialist, because I have some, feel free to call us here. If you're in Hillsborough County, 813-636-8255, or toll free 877-897-8255. So you look like you're sitting up in your chair, Dr.
I am. I'm trying to figure out how to get me one of them Lamborghinis, man. All right, Tampa Bay, do not go away. We will be right back.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
And we are back to Community Conversations with the trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and my main man Michael Dove. And we are pleased to be joined by Victor Young, who's a local entrepreneur, turnaround specialist, and he was getting ready to share with us a little bit about his experiences and gaining the BMW franchise. So, Victor.
Thank you. A lot of the successes I've found in life has been a reflection and a result of just being the best at what I do, trying to be the best at what I do and where I'm at. Not in the world necessarily, But in my market, in my region, I was approached when I was running a Mercedes-Benz store, Loki Motor Company, Mercedes-Benz, Infiniti, and Smart, and our market share was so strong against BMW. We used to outsell BMW in our market 2-1, which was unheard of around the country.
Wow! And
I even used to outsell them with the Infiniti store, which was also unheard of around the country because BMW is just a giant, globally in the luxury world. So, which led to a phone call from BMW North America saying, "Hey, can we come out, take a look at your operation, and see what you do with that Mercedes-Benz and Infiniti store?" So, had a meeting with the BMW group, and they actually flew me up to headquarters, and they had a boardroom that it was huge. I mean, it was enormous, and they had a vice president and representation from every department, which you don't even realize. When you start talking about design, parts, service, wholesale, distribution, retail sales. I mean, they had all these different people at this table, and I walk in there, and they say, "What did you bring?" So I pass everybody out, 100-page financial statement and all these different things, and didn't have enough copies. And they were like, "Well, do you need a copy?" It's like, "No, I don't need one." So I sat in the room, and everyone gets one, and they shotgun questions at me. And it's supposed to be a 30-minute meeting. 4 hours later, I said, "Hey, guys, I got to make my flight." And, they were taking notes and checking everything I said. And by the end of the meeting, Rich DeSanto, who at the time was in charge of dealer development nationally, said, he goes, "This was one of the most pleasant meetings I've ever had." And he told me about a program I didn't even know existed called DPQA, Dealer Pre-Qualification Assessment for BMW North America. No one knew about it. I never heard of it. And they said, "We'd like to pre-qualify you as a BMW dealer. So in event of a buy-sell or an open point, we want you to be a dealer." And it started there.
Wow.
Man. A meeting in the boardroom. Isn't that how it starts?
There's things that exist out there that people have no idea. And unless you open the door through performance in some way, you will never hear about it. Similar situation with Lamborghini. I tried to contact Lamborghini over a 3-year period with no success. And in the matter of 9 weeks, there were 4 other dealers that said they had the Lamborghini franchise. In a matter of 9 weeks, I was recommended twice to the CEO of Lamborghini in Europe and Italy. Once in Germany by a guy by the name of Ian who worked for the Audi division, and another by a guy who runs the Exotic Car Festival in another country. Wow. And so next thing you know, I got a phone call from Lamborghini. I've got the corporate team flying in from Sant'Agata in Bologna, Italy, and I meet all these guys at the Lowe's Hotel in South Beach and close the deal in about an hour. I got a deal agreement in 2 days.
I bet you did close it fast. They want to get out to the beach. Hey, decide here.
There you go. See my friend. No, just kidding. So once again, it's one of those things where it's about your network. It's about your performance and being able to immerse yourself in what you do every day.
Right. Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
Well, we do have a caller that if you've been listening to our show, you are probably very familiar with this caller. We do have Reggie on the phone, and his comment is, "I think you know him." Reggie.
What is going on? Victor Young went from Greco to Bologna, Italy. Wow.
I tell you what.
Italy.
You had no idea that Ready for the World curl I was rocking and that Best Dressed trophy back in the day. Look at there. It paid off. I took my trophy and that picture of my curl down to Italy with me, and that'll close that deal.
Just for a note of clarification, Reggie also went to Greco Junior High with us. So.
It's quite funny, though, Vic, you probably don't remember this. Back in 1990 or 91, you wrote on a napkin to me and Mike that if you ever make it big, that you give us both Lamborghinis.
You know what? I remember that napkin, and unfortunately, I can't say that on the air. This is a family show.
But I saw the look on his face, Reggie. I'll tell you later.
I didn't sign the napkin.
You're not getting a Lambo.
I didn't sign the napkin. One thing I learned.
I actually want to call me. I'm actually proud of you, dude. And I'm proud of you, really, because me and Mike have these conversations all the time, and it's not really a generational thing. It's about, I think every generation goes through this, where whether or not your educational background or whatever, you're as good as the people you network with and associate yourself with.
You got it.
And I remember at Mike's party a few weeks back at his house, him, his wife, Sean's wife, and the doctor and his wife, and Mike had mentioned that he spoke to you. And I was like, he was like, "Oh, that's Victor Young." And I'm like, "He's selling cars, so big deal." He goes, "No, dude, he's not selling cars." I'm picturing you still over at Toyota over in Del Mabry. And he said, "No, he's doing real good for himself." And I know you were always a hustler, not in a negative sense, but networking, being smart, trying to find that next avenue, and associate yourself with positive people and not negative people. And your success right now is actually represents what young people, and I sound like I'm that old fuddy-duddy, young people can do if they surround yourselves with positive people, going in a forward direction and not going backwards, and how to conduct yourself. So I really am proud of you, dude.
Preach, Reggie.
Thank
Preach.
you. Your network is critical. It is critical.
Well, look at your network.
And I can. I'll give you a shout out. I'm gonna hang up right now, but I want to proud of you. I want to test drive one of your cars if possible.
Thanks, brother. You know what? I've got something for you to drive. Don't worry about it.
I'll see you guys later on.
All right, thanks, Reg.
And I can imagine, Victor, that it wasn't an easy ride. I'm sure you probably had difficulties along the way, and I can tell you that
it's Lamborghini. He was coasting all the way.
And by the way, let's clarify. I don't want you to lose your point, but isn't there something special about you getting a Lamborghini dealership?
Yeah, I'm definitely the first African American Lamborghini dealer in the world.
In the world.
There's 30 dealers in the country, so it's a pretty exclusive brand, and less than 100 in the world. But it's. It was,
I just want to make sure we got that point out, because it's not. That's why I was talking to Reggie about. No, he's not just selling cars. It's a little bit beyond that. I wanted to get that point out. So go ahead. I didn't mean you lose your point, but I want to get that out.
I think a lot of folks, when they run into an obstacle, they stop. Oh, I can't do this. I'm sure you ran into some obstacles, but there was something about it that drove you to get to your destination. And I know there are people who are listening who probably have dreams, get to a spot where it becomes difficult, and they just let it go. Any advice for folks out there who are trying to reach that goal and they run into these obstacles?
Sure. You run into them all the time. Automotive side and my entertainment side of passion there. From the automotive standpoint, it was no one would give me any information. They always told me, hey, go on the internet or call somebody or write a letter, but no one actually would open a door. So I had to make sure I kept circling until the door cracked. For example, my entertainment passion, I still, I've got a little film company. We do some feature films and television projects, and we've got a few projects right now that we're shopping to sell. And, if you don't find success at that location, move up the ladder. Most people want to go backwards. So when I find the doors are closed in the bottom end, we're not high enough up the ladder yet. So I keep going up until I find an open door. And what I found is most people that are successful have enough vision that when they can look at an opportunity or project, within a couple minutes, they know if they're in or out. So if you're selling somebody and trying to chase people down, you're in the wrong location. Immerse yourself, get a little bit better, a little bit stronger, climb the ladder, go higher. Don't back it up.
Wow. Go higher.
Go higher.
Okay.
Wow. Well, and I think that's that's a piece that, again, that folks are just not aware of. Like, they see that obstacle and they just kind of they circle toilet bowl style. They go down the drain and try to figure out build it back up from there. But you're just saying that wasn't the opportunity. So take it up a little bit more than that and keep going.
Most definitely. And even on film projects, I've worked with a lot of local guys, and this is tough because I was a local guy, and I was the guy trying to get into the film and entertainment business. And I found that it's hard to get in, and it's difficult to get in because most people don't immerse themselves to the point where they're true professionals, and they get that big break and that big opportunity to work on that project, and they don't give it all they have, and they haven't tried. They say, "Give me the opportunity, and I'll learn it once I get there." You can't do that in that business. It's such a small business, and really, when you get to the top of any industry, whether it's banking, wealth management, automotive, entertainment, you've got to be the absolute best at what you do. You don't have to have the most money. Sweat equity is worth billions of dollars on a daily basis. If you got the go juice and the knowledge and the skill set and a little bit of a network and a following, people that like to make money and don't want to work hard will pay you just to be on the deal to make their cash flow work for them through you. So stop worrying about the money. People worry about money. Create a product, intellectual property, write a book, write a song, write a story, get it in the right places. Look for people who are looking for what you have. If I got to sell you on it, you're not the right guy for it. So stop wasting your time trying to sell people. You've only got so much energy and capacity in a day, and if you spend it on someone who doesn't get what you're trying to sell, then you will miss out. So what I've done is I keep going higher and calling bigger name directors and working a network and, introducing myself to guys like Will Packer or Reggie Hudlin or, some of the guys that have been there for a long time that say, absolutely what you got. Let's talk about it. So,
wow. Well, that's what we called you for the show.
Yep.
We used to call, some local guy around here. I said, I'm calling Victor. Then I'm going to call him again. Then I'm going to write him a letter. No, Victor got back to it quick. I want to make sure we get in here before we let you go, Victor. One of the things we do here at Community Conversations, the reason me and Sean D were up in Tallahassee, we're actually working to support a health bill that's going to provide community health workers in the community. Dr. G's job itself is to try to get health care and cancer awareness out to underserved communities. We got this show, but we live it. We are in the community trying to do better or just help other people with whatever we have. And I know that there's something I think you're even doing tonight to try to just, not because you have to, not because you are part of it, but you saw something that you felt needed to be recognized, and you were giving back as well, even though you've achieved so much.
Healthcare is critical. Any type of safety and health awareness is very important. As a matter of fact, I served some time on the board for the Manatee County Rural Healthcare System as well, and the whole urban medicine, and worked on a few telemedicine projects to try to get technology into the field to help people that normally the only time you would see them is on a gurney or in the emergency room, and that's when healthcare costs is expensive when you're dropping $20-$30 at a pop instead of $200-$300 a visit with a wellness plan. So it's very, very important. And tonight I'm involved in a fundraiser for a theater troupe and the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, and we are by strengthening the individuals and making them more aware of their health and what that means to them, and giving them more opportunities. Education and awareness, it's going to provide a platform for more health. If I know I'm worth more, the brand of Victor Young becomes more valuable, I'm going to take care of my health.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And because people don't see themselves as a brand and know the significance of having, like they say, mind, body, and spirit, and how it all kind of attaches together, they don't take care of their brand. And so, for me, I like to share that with everyone around me. And when I, try to, raise awareness or money or whatever it may be, that's what I try to impart in people is you are a brand, and you've got to protect that brand. You got to take care of it.
Wow.
See yourself as a brand.
There you go.
You're not a business, man.
Yeah, there you
go. Business.
There you go.
I like that.
That's Jay-Z
I know we're going to be rolling you out here. I know you're a very busy man.
Appreciate
Victor,
your time.
Just as a friend, man, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming by. But as just a guest on the show, fantastic. Your story is wonderful. And just to know, local, what they say on the top of the newspaper, local boy does good. But, good is not the word, right? Good is way better than good, man. And God bless you. And, thank you. And hopefully you'll come back and tell us some more things that you're working on.
Love to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, guys. Yep. I'm going to leave out for about 30 minutes.
I think we all about to leave out.
I'll be right back.
You hear tires squealing.
Yeah, because I think I see JT Money in the control booth. I think he putting on his driving gloves.
All right, Tampa Bay, we'll be back.
HD Dove Gourmet Catering, a professional catering company with personal service. They create homemade dishes with gourmet flair that tantalize your senses and seduce your soul. They will take your vision and transform it into a culinary masterpiece. Let them take you on a succulent adventure where your wildest imagination will be met with its mouth-watering, delicious equivalent. Call them at 1-800-347-2590 or visit them at hddovegourmetcatering.com. HD Dove Gourmet Catering, serving the Tampa Bay area.
Damani Bistro Lounge, everyone's favorite new neighbor in Seminole Heights. Winner of Best of the Bay's new fusion dessert on the corner of Florida Avenue and North Boulevard. Damani offers a 5-star dining experience at a low price in a casual atmosphere. Stop by Damani between the hours of 4 to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 4 to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Damani Bistro and Lounge, 6419 North Florida Avenue, Tampa.
Have you evaluated your current retirement savings? Whatever your income and however much debt you have, you can have a retirement strategy that works. I'm Brian K. Allen of Q Street Financial, and I live right here in Tampa Bay. If you have questions, please call me and ask. I'm happy to take your call and happy to provide free advice. You owe it to yourself to have a plan for the future. Call me now at 813-751-4849. I'm happy to help, and you really are listening to the same voice you'll hear when you call. That's 813-751-4849. Or visit my website at qstreetfs.com.
Cruise and Catch Excursions specializes in providing unique and unforgettable experiences on the pristine waters of Tampa Bay. Clients have enjoyed such excursions as fishing trips, special celebrations, and the ever-popular romantic sunset cruise for two. Your excursion options are only limited by your imagination. Book yours today by calling 813-597-9882. That's 813-597-9882. Or book online at cruiseandcatchexcursions.com.
Now more with Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Dove. Community Conversations on 1250 Wins, WHNZ.
And we are back to Community Conversations with the trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and my main man Michael Dove. And, man, what a fascinating interview. Man, when does that guy have time to sleep?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, he didn't tell you all the things he did. When he says entertainment and projects, one of the reasons it took us so long to get him, he was just finishing up a project he was doing, a television project. So he stays busy.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him what time does he get up in the morning? I always ask successful people what time I know they're not getting up at 9 o'clock. You know that's not the case. And probably getting up early and going to bed late.
Well, that's real successful people to get up at 9 o'clock. That means they got people working from 5 to 9.
That is probably true. Well, guess who is joining us now, guys? Scott, the sports guy, is back. And if you were listening to the show earlier, I said we, had our listeners were calling us. I almost said the Twitter word, the other word.
The wrong Twitter word.
We're tweeting us, asking us, when is Scott the sports guy coming back? And we finally. So, Scott the sports guy, are you there?
I am here in the sports den. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon, gentlemen.
So,
good afternoon.
Are you somewhere having lunch with Dick Vitale? Is that why we couldn't get you? What's up?
Absolutely. In fact, I just paid for lunch with Dick Vitale with the money that I won from Sean D last week. As they say, you drive for show, but you putt.
My.
Okay.
He is starting already.
Okay, I see how this is going. All right. I got nothing to say because it's true. All right.
So Scott, we have to start off USF in a disappointing loss to Notre Dame.
Absolutely. 73-65 today. And it's really been a tale of two seasons for USF. Last year, 22-14 overall, 12-6 in the Big East Conference. Stan Heath was the Big East Coach of the Year. They had made it to the third round of the NCAA tournament. Just had a Cinderella story to a great season, but they lost two really important players. They're two big guys. The guys who control the boards for them, they're not rebounding. They're not defending very well, particularly on the interior. The last four games, teams have shot better than 50% against them. So basketball is a game of possession, and they're not possessing the rock right now. And as a consequence, they're not winning. They have sole possession of last place.
Oh, wow.
They're 1-6. And they got a really tough Marquette team in Milwaukee, I believe, on Tuesday. So it doesn't get any easier.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. So,
do we know how the women are doing?
The women are doing better.
Okay.
Oh, my. So we'll hope for the best, but it doesn't look good for the remainder of the season.
I think this is going to be a transitional year for them. They've got a 6-man recruiting class coming in next year, including 3 players, 6'9" or better. So that should help with the rebounding. But they've got to play that patented style of team defense that they played last year when they were so effective.
Right.
Because they've never been a great scoring team, but they played great team defense last year, and that's lacking this year. They've had a couple of key injuries, but I think that once they get these new bodies in, Stan Heath's an excellent coach. He'll get them to where they need to be, but it's such a tough league that when you have a transition year, you really, really feel it.
Okay. All right, so the Super Bowl, Ravens and the 49ers. What you got?
Absolutely. Super Bowl 47, New Orleans, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. I like the Niners. 21-13 is my prediction. I'll tell you why.
Wow.
They've got a two-headed monster in Colin Kaepernick playing out of his mind right now. The kid's been an absolute revelation. 500 passing yards, 200 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and only 1 interception in the playoffs. And then they've got Frank Gore from the U, the running back, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, he has been just an absolute force on the ground. And though I love Ray Lewis, I love Ray Rice, and I think they've had a wonderful run, I think it's going to be very difficult for the Ravens to stop both Kaepernick and Gore. Probably one, but not both. And I think they need to stop both in order to win. That being said, on their side of the ball, I think the real kind of hero who hasn't gotten what he should in terms of recognition has been Joe Flacco. I mean, he won his 6th playoff road game last week. That's an NFL record. And here's a guy who is not quite one of the big four in terms of elite quarterbacks in the NFL, but he's been a very steady hand, and it's gotten to this point. But I think the two-headed monster of Kaepernick and Gore is just simply going to be too much on the ground for them.
So you don't think the Ray Lewis emotional, this is my last game, the Super Bowl, will just overtake them and they run over San Francisco? You don't think that's going to happen?
You know, anything is possible, but I think the Niners are a better team than people think, and they've got a wonderful history in the Super Bowl. I mean, this is their 6th Super Bowl, and they are 5-0, never lost a Super Bowl game, and I think that continues. Emotion is great. It'll give Baltimore juice at the beginning of the game, but you can't win on emotion. And so as that begins to wane, talent will take over, and I just think that the 49ers are a more talented team.
You know, Sports Guy, one of the things that I'm really surprised you didn't mention, I'm sitting here with my Sports Illustrated, and on the very front it says the Harbaugh Bowl, Sunday, there will be blood, 49ers versus Ravens, on ESPN and et cetera. Everyone's been talking about the coaches. You haven't even mentioned the coaches. I just want to get your perspective on that. Do you feel that the coaching is equal?
I think that the coaches cancel each other out. You've got two brothers. It's the first time that you've ever had brothers square off in the Super Bowl. You know, John's done some great things with Baltimore. Jim's done some great things with the 49ers. They come from a coaching legacy. Their father was a longtime coach at Western Kentucky. But I think all of that has actually overshadowed the guys on the field who are going to actually get it done at the end of the day, and those are the players. So my perspective is a little bit different. You're hearing a lot about the Harbaugh Bowl, and I saw the SI cover, and it's a great storyline. But unfortunately, Jim and John will not be playing when they kick off. Their strategies have a lot to do with it, but it's really going to come down to the talent that's on the field. And I think even the players have felt a little bit overshadowed by it, and the coaches themselves are trying to downplay it. They said it's enough. You know, it's historical. It's wonderful. Our family's very happy. You know, I don't know what holidays are going to be like moving forward. Somebody's going to take an L. But the fact of the matter is, it's about the players, and the Niners have the better players on both sides of the ball, particularly offensively, and they have a great defense. It gets often overlooked, but Patrick Willis, their middle linebacker, is the premier linebacker in the NFL right now. I think he is better than Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis has certainly had more of a storied career, but in terms of what they're doing right now on-field performance, and again, he's considerably younger, but Patrick Willis, in my opinion, is the premier linebacker in the NFL.
Excellent. So, Scott, the sports guy, Duke is on right now playing Maryland. They're winning 79-60. We have a very good friend who's a Duke fanatic, and we won't call his name on air. However, the Duke-Miami game,
outstanding.
So what happened?
Well, I tell you what, Miami has been probably the Cinderella story in college basketball this year. Obviously, a football school. They don't draw particularly well. There are a lot of other things to do in Miami other than go to college basketball games, but they put together a fantastic team. They got a coach named Jim Larinaga, who was the coach at George Mason University a few years back, if you recall, when they had their run to the Final Four. Well, he's come to Miami. He's got a couple of outstanding guards, and one of them is Durant Scott from Brooklyn, New York, who's a senior guard, which is very important because a lot of guys are leaving early for the NBA. But that senior leadership has really propelled them into great success. They also have Shane Larkin, who is the son of baseball great Barry Larkin, who started his career off at DePaul and then transferred to Miami to be closer to his family. And they're just playing a really exciting brand of ball. Now, they've got a tough game tomorrow. They play Florida State on the ACC Sunday night game at 6 o'clock on ESPNU, and that's going to be a tough out for them because Florida State is very physical and very deep, so it'll be a good test for them to see what they do, because I think Miami surprised Duke. I think Duke said, hey, we're number 1 in the country. Miami's number 25 in the country. You know, They just got into the top 25, and we've been the ACC standard bearer for so long. We can't really spend too much time focused on these guys, and they got surprised.
Yep.
Miami with Florida State is going to see a whole different ball game because they're going to be prepared for them to say, now you go from being the hunter to the hunted. So we'll see how they handle that success.
Right. Scott, the sports guy, we appreciate it, man. You are on it.
Hey, one more thing before I go. The Senior Bowl is today at 4. Look for the Bucks to go and look for a cornerback, maybe 2. Everybody's talking about D. Milner from Alabama, but he's probably going to be gone because the Bucks have the 13th pick. I think he'll go before that. But look for a guy named Marcus Trufant, 5'11", 190, out of Washington. He could be the man.
We got you.
Sounds good.
All right, we got you 21-13. You've got San Francisco. We'll remind you next week. All right, we'll be back.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.